How to turn 6 pounds of gasoline into 20 pounds of carbon dioxide. 1 gallon of gas weighs about 6.25 pounds. The weight fluctuates with the temperature and octane. The octane contains 8 carbon atoms and 18 hydrogen atoms. Carbon has a molecular weight of 12 and hydrogen has a molecular weight of 1. So octane has a total molecular weight of 114. That's 8 by 12 plus 18 plus 1. The oxygen has a molecular weight of 16, while CO2 has a total molecular weight of 44. That's 12 plus 16 plus 16. Every molecule of octane makes 8 molecules of CO2, with a total molecular weight of 352. In other words, say the average internal combustion engine uses 10 gallons of gas a week. Multiply the numbers by 10 and you have an internal combustion engine that produces 193 pounds of dry ice per tank a week. The cost of dry ice per pound. On the internet, the cost of dry ice ranges anywhere from 22 cents to $1 a pound in pellets, snow, nuggets, or blocks. Assume the average internal combustion engine burns 10 gallons of gas a week and could produce $42.26 to $193 a week. The average consumer spends $3 a gallon on gasoline and burns 10 gallons of gasoline a week. That's $30 a week. The average consumer is wasting a vast amount of natural resource into the environment. Someone should know them that the average consumer, they could be a natural resource recycler. Kyoto Protocol to United Nations Framework on Prevention of Climate Change. The Kyoto Protocol to United Nations Framework on Prevention of Climate Change is an amendment to the International Treaty on Climate Change, assigning mandatory emissions limitations for the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions to the signatory nations. The objective of the protocol is the stabilization of the greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere at a level that would prevent dangerous anthropogenic interference with the climate system. As December 2006, a total of 169 countries and other governmental agencies have ratified this agreement. Notable exceptions include the United States and Australia. In other countries like India and China, we have ratified the protocol and we are not required to reduce carbon dioxide emissions under the present agreement. There is some debate about the usefulness of the protocol, and there have been some cost-benefit studies performed. Cost-benefit analysis is an economic tool to aid the social decision-making and is typically used by governments to evaluate the desirability of a given intervention into the markets. The aim is to gauge the efficiency of the intervention relative to the status quo. The costs and benefits of the impact of the intervention are evaluated in the terms of the public's willingness to pay for them or the willingness to pay to avoid them. Inputs are typically measured in terms of opportunity costs, the value of their best alternative use. The guide principle is to list all of the parties affected by the intervention and place a monetary value on the effect of what it has on their welfare and as it would be valued by them. The process involves a monetary value of initial and ongoing expenses versus expected return. Constructing plausible measures of the costs and benefits of specific actions is often very difficult. In practice, analysts try to estimate the costs and benefits either by using survey methods or by drawing inferences from market behavior. For example, a product manager may compare manufacturing and marketing expenses to projected sales for a proposed product and only decide to produce it if he expects the revenues to eventually recoup the costs. Cost-benefit analysis attempts to pull in all relevant costs and benefits on a time and temporal footing. A discount rate is chosen, which he then could use to compute all relevant features and cost benefits and present term values. Most commonly, the discount rate is used for common present value calculations as an interest rate taken from financial markets. This can be very controversial. For example, a high discount rate implies a very low value on the welfare of future generations, which may have a huge impact on the desirability of interventions to help the environment. Cost-benefit calculations typically involve using time and value of money formula. This is usually done by converting the future expected streams of costs and benefits to of present value amounts.